can still handle the beats on the road. Cause I got a dream that I never could sing and say. Excited to see what...
Opened back in 2003, have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
First carry for Rachaad White. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Here's McCarthy. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting. Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
19, Tiger, 19. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Mustang 19.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Looking to put a drive together.
12, 12, 12. Here we go. What? 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12. 11, Thomas. 11, 11.
Burrow will throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the Eagles who got the win on the road, so now they look to finish off the sweep here in Philly. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
11, MT, tape. 11, mighty. 11, mighty.
Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
12, 12, 11, 11, 11.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Burrow looking to pass. Over the middle, it's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Second and 5. At the 28-yard line.
11, here we go. 11, 11, 11. 11, MT, tape.
Now it's Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Miller. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. So first and goal from the 9-yard line.
First and goal at the 9-yard
Here we go.
line.
180.
To the air again, Burrow. Setting up a screen for Harvey. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. R.J. Harvey with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Eagles 7. Cowboys nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from it.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
On play action, now McCarthy. Oh, just a desperation heave there, and it's intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
Here we go.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't say it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
You look at this Cowboy defense. And right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
2nd and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. On the right side, this is Miller. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
At the 6-yard line.
11. Gun. Stop. Can. Stop. 11. Stop.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. R.J. Harvey with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Cowboy first down.
To the air with McCarthy. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll just get rid of it. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Finds Gibbs on a check down. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
3rd and 6.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Stop. 180. 180. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he'll be out of bounds out near the 45 at the 44. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
11 MT. Here we go. 11 Thomas. 11 MT. 11 MT. 11 Mighty. 11 Mighty. 11. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Trying to run for it. Here's Hardy. And he's going to have an Eagles first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. The Eagles at 9-7 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
11, 11, 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
Here's Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
180, 11 MT, 11 mighty, 11 MT tape, 11 MT tape.
Now Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 9. A big play there for Philly. 44 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open.
Here we go, here we go.
And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11.
They'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here we go.
On 3rd down, Hardy. And he had a nifty little deep juke move, but he stopped shortly thereafter. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. Fairbairn able to put this one through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down. No, but you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
18 on the play. First down, Cowboys.
Throwing is McCarthy. Left side, he's got Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. Now McCarthy. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 17-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. There he goes, left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick-6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick-6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. And at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
At the 49-yard line.
Going back to Gibbs on first down. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on third down.
On first and 10, here's Gibbs. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Here's McCarthy. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Now flags come in before the kick. Clearly there was contact. Who was at fault? So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
I wonder how they did it. Wonder if they twitched a little bit up front, you know, a little subtle head movement the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Their own 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Here we go. Stop.
On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. From the 33, here's a second down and 4.
Brings up second and 4.
11 mighty.
At the 33-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
Stop. 11 MT. 11 MT. Stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he is caught. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
That's good.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
11 Thomas. Stop.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 41.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated.
2-yard loss on the play. It's 3rd and 11.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Christian Harris. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
2 yards to go, second down.
Here we go.
They run straight ahead with Harvey. And he stopped immediately there. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
What? 11 MT. Stop.
Burrow looking to pass. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. That close on third down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on third and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 29-yard.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by DeMarvion Overshown. And the Eagles are going to have it here just past the 25.
Intercepted.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach? And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Christian Watson, 73 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
102 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Ready up!
Another run for Gibbs here. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he's a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He'll try and do this himself. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Going for it, here's McCarthy. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Lewis Seen. Down the left sideline. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
41, Cowboys 3.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick-6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Throwing after the interception. McCarthy. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So the completion good for just 3. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And the Cowboy first down.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. Sheds off the tackle. He's still barreling through. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jahmyr Gibbs with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Cowboys are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. And that CD, one heck of a run. He just refused to go down.
And that's where determination comes in, because he had at least a couple of guys had really good shots at him, but he just said, I don't think so. Speed, power, elusiveness, all on display right there. Look like you, partner, back in your salad days in Evansville.
McCarthy going to look to throw for it. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
On play action, McCarthy. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. It seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
And an Eagles.
Now it's Burrow. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To the air with McCarthy. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
2 yards. And the Cowboys first down. A gain of 22 yards.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Let's go.
To the air again, McCarthy. And that is incomplete. But defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Gun, 11 MT, 11 MT.
Up the middle, it's Harvey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 12.
11 Thomas. 11 MT. 11 MT.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the second. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Eagles, they get that important 10th win to finish the regular season at 10-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better-than-average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it's a tough loss to take as they'll finish things off at 9-8. But they've got better days in their future. Of that, you can be sure. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.